Hello, it's CJ Miller. I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana, and across from Shreveport is downtown Bossier. Come check us out. Lots of fun things to do. Um, always. The Red River Revel is coming up, and of course, I'm going to be down there on the 26th. I'll take some videos later that night going into the 27th. I'm going to go to I'm excited about this. There's been this marquee called the Capri Theater, and the marquee out there, it's been there forever. It opened up for periodically it's opened up at different things. Um, Later it became like an adult movie theater. Then they closed that location and it moved out, and so there was a Capri Theater on North Market, and there was also one way out on the Monkhouse Drive area out by the airport. They both have been closed down for decades now, and it's just really cool to see that they're doing something with the Capri Theater downtown, and it's nice that because it's a really beautiful marquee. I've never been inside of it though, but they're going to be doing on the 26th. A showing of Rocky Horror Picture Show, and some of you guys know I'm a groupie for that. Of course, obviously, I'm a weirdo. What kind of weirdo wouldn't be? An unconventional conventionist. I even once was with a dinner theater group, and they did a shadow casting, and I was Riff Raff. I'm short to be Riff Raff, but yeah, I do the role well. But I just being an actor, and also I can sing a little bit, and I certainly can sing in the register of Richard O'Brien, who played Riff Raff. I was like, this isn't for me. This isn't like really what I would want to do, if because they did offer me to come back for to do other engagements in that dinner theater, and I'm like, not just for Rocky Horror, but just other things. And I'm like, well, this particular venue is not going to be something I'm going to be satisfied with. Yes, that was my barefoot toe, my bare toe. Okay, so this is just your basic fried chicken, but it was a pan fried chicken. And what I do is when I'm frying chicken, and this is like, it was a shallow fry, not a deep fry. It comes up maybe about halfway to the chicken. And what I do is, as I'm turning the chicken periodically, I'll sprinkle a little bit of, flour clumping to get these extra little crinkles and stuff like that. It's my little cheat. So it's basically crumbs. But, okay. The seasoning in this is very, go by taste on this, and I do different things. This is not an egg batter. I didn't do a marinade on the chicken or anything like that. What I did do is I took the chicken and I put it in flour, um, just a self-rising flour, but you can use all-purpose. It would work too. And then, of course, there's curry. I love curry. I have an abundance of curry powder, so I put that in. Some chili powder, red pepper, and not so much that it's like a burn that you're just gonna eat it. It's not like that. But my secret little ingredient here is I used some ground sassafras, or as people in Louisiana like myself know it as gumbo filet. Ground gumbo filet, uh, and that's why this is a darker fry on this chicken. And then I'm still keto, but I'm allowed 50 grams of carbs, so I'm having like a piece of a muffin to go with the chicken, just to you got to have some kind of carbs even on it. Keto, fewer is better, and smaller amounts of food. Now this is yeah, it's a big ass chicken. Uh, but this is probably going to push my limit because I'm eating before midnight. Like a gremlin should not eat after midnight or something. I don't know. I typically do eat after midnight, but I'll eat a little bit. Uh, I get my close to my 50 grams of carbs, and then what I'll do is I really won't eat anymore until that my calorie starts over at midnight. But anyway, yeah, I didn't really show the making of this because all I did was take the chicken quarters. I took 5 of them, so I made 5 because I'm gonna fry chicken. I'm gonna cook enough that it's gonna be worth it. I'm not gonna fry like one piece of chicken. That's a lot of work for one piece of chicken. So tomorrow I won't have to cook, and probably not the day after. But really, what's gonna happen is I'll eat a little bit at a time, and my body will more efficiently break down and use the fuel that I'm giving it, as well as I'm keto. Um, Although there's a lot of breading on this, so I'll have to be careful, because you know it's with fried chicken, it's a fine line because you think, hey, there's a little breading on there. What's the count on that? This little bit might kick me out of keto, but I've been on a very strict keto regimen for 1, 2, 3. It's like 4 or 5 days that I've been like strictly ketoing. So I'd have to go back and look at my YouTube video because I do talk about and post my food for the sake of it. But you know, I decided today was my quit day, uh, my day for quitting smoking. So I'm not going to be smoking cigarettes anymore. So I needed a little boost, and so a good fried chicken is kind of my go-to comfort food. That or pasta, and I just didn't want to do pasta because I really just want to stay on my health kick. So, well, wish me luck with the quitting. I'm not a heavy smoker, um, but I'm using a patch, and so I'll be talking about that in the next few weeks. So if that bores you, I'm so sorry. But the content of my channel is going to pick up a little bit in the next few weeks. I've got some fun things going on. I've got the Red River Revel that I'm going to go check out, look around and everything. Then there's the music that's going to be at the Revel. That's there. The art there is wonderful, but it's really, for me, all about the music, And what would be awesome? As if there were some performing players, some theatrical people putting on a play or something like that on one of the stages, that would be kind of cool. I don't think that's something they do there. And we've got theater, community theater all over the city. That would be fun, put together a little group that gets to come on. There's a smaller little area stage that would be great for a little 2 or 3 person play interaction. Should think about that. I don't know, but anyway, and I really want to hear about what some of you guys are doing in your towns, in your cities, and everything. Let me know in the comments. Get back with me and interact, and let's get some dialogue going on. I love you guys, and whenever you are frying a chicken, and this is a shallow fry, what I do is I put my frying oil in, and I usually use a combination of unsalted butter to a half to 2 parts of a vegetable oil. Because I like the flavor of the butter, but I want the stability. And there are other different ways that you can do it, but I find that works for me. And basically what you want to do is you want to watch and get your chicken thoroughly cooked. You want to get a chicken to a good 160, 165 degrees internally. But, Yeah, it's yeah. um, and for me, I cook it to I feel that it's starting to pull away from the bone a little bit, that the meats and the skin and everything like that. So that's kind of gives me an idea of where we are when it gets done. And so, yeah, let me test this out. And let me just point out real quick. There is no butter. This is just a an English muffin, just lightly toasted, and yeah, just ready to have on the side. I'm just gonna take some chicken, pull it from the bone, put it on here, and kind of snack with it. And it's really great because if you have a chicken that's really juicy, flavorful of any sort, like a rotisserie, you can take that and you can set the chicken on your English muffin or French bread or anything, and basically it'll take in some of those juices and some of those flavors. It's wonderful. So here we are. And if I were doing another type of diet, say if I were doing a low calorie versus a keto, which keto I can have as many calories as I can consume as long as it's calories from meat and proteins. Then you would take, but if you're doing a calorie counting, you would take this and then maybe like a little soft, uh, mixed green salad off to the side, and the perfect small portion size. Just maybe want to not have the fat. That it's great to have this for flavor, but you want to discard this, and I'm just going to have to throw this away right down my mouth. But no, really, I like the flavor of a good chicken skin. I really don't always eat all of it. Okay, so here we go. First bite. And mm, nice texture with that toasted. Look at my Coca-Cola that I have over there. I have some here too. Um, that's waiting for its spot in the fridge. Yeah, great texture with that English muffin. Gives it a little bit of a crunch, a little bit of something else, to just vary up that texture. Little bitty switches or changes, even though if they're not momentous, such as doing a crumbly bit on a shallow pan fried chicken versus a uh, deep fried chicken, um, can it'll change the texture. This is more like a crumbly cookie texture than say a breaded crust, but it's very flavorful. And honestly, I'm Southern. I love a good gravy. This is probably more preferable than a gravy nutritionally. There's plenty of flavor. I can have as much of the added flavor as I want. And if I need to peel some of the skin away because I want to eat less of the skin, then that's okay too. But who am I kidding? I'm gonna just devour this, probably down to the marrow of the bone. But you know, even though I'm imperfect with my uh, healthier goals, doing doing something on a healthier trend, um, you know, doing something uh, like even a loosely adhered to diet and portion control is so much better, I think, than having no concern about those things at all. And especially since I quit smoking, that basically what I don't want to do is I don't want to turn into a person who um, transfers that addiction to food, and I don't want to pack on pounds actually that I've just gotten healthier and have basically reversed diabetic symptoms, so I want to be careful about that. Okay, love and light, and bon appetit. Good night.